When I was 9 years old, I was a hyperbolic little child. I can now look back and confirm with a strong degree of confidence that I had a not-so-mild, undiagnosed version of hypochondria. My body lived in fear of itself. My white blood cells ran laps around my rib cage for fear that my body was up to no good. Once, I was bitten by a terrifying insect. I knew that this was truly the end of the world, and I accepted my impending death by ceremoniously giving all of my dearest possessions to my 18-month-old brother. A hardback copy of Goodnight Moon, a box of Apple Jacks, and a stuffed squirrel named Rocco. Then, my mother came into the room right before I was about to have a brother who could only speak 3 words, deliver my eulogy. When she told me that ladybug bites weren't fatal, I was relieved. When she told me that ladybugs didn't bite, I snatched Rocco out of my little brother's hands, walked to my room, closed the door, and danced to Michael Jackson for the rest of the night. I had a similar feeling. This fear translated into the classroom. Sarah Wilson and her conniving little sundress ways told me that if I didn't win the spelling bee in Mr. B's class, I would never get into college. I practiced every day, convinced that my college degree was buried within a dictionary. If I didn't win the spelling bee, I wouldn't go to college. If I didn't go to college, I would never get a job. If I never got a job, I would have to live on the corner. If I had to live on the corner, I would have to change my name from Clinton to Earl, the homeless man who can't spell, and after your name becomes Earl, everything else is ruined. I practiced how to spell Wednesday over 200 times. When the moment came, it was down to me and Deja Johnson. I held my breath, closed my eyes, and spelled out the words with careful precision, only for Mr. B to tell me to take a seat. I was pissed. Who would put an H in spaghetti? Who made up this rule about letters with no sounds? This is ridiculous. Why don't I just throw a silent W into my name just for kicks? What kind of precedent are you setting with letters that don't make noise? This is going to open the floodgates. What's going to happen next? Soon broccoli will be disguising itself as bacon just to get more attention. If letters don't make sounds, then why do any of us have to do our jobs? If we were all here acting like spaghetti H's, then what would the world be? That H hid amid the word like a sheep in a pack full of llamas. And for the rest of my life, I would have a difficult time finding things that were hidden right in front of me. Alex Scott was my best friend in 4th grade. He was a kid with a windmill of a smile and the largest collection of polo shirts of any 9-year-old I'd ever known. In fact, Alex was by far the best dressed kid in all of elementary school. When he told me he bought his clothes at Banana Republic, I assumed he was speaking of a small island next to Jamaica. Why would anyone travel all the way down to the Caribbean just for a pair of pants? The insides must be lined with money or Pokemon cards. Yeah, Pokemon pants. I kept these concerns to myself. We were different, but when you're 9 years old and next door neighbors, being different doesn't matter as much as being friends. In 7th grade, Alex bought green contacts. I thought it made him look like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. But I guess he was just trying to see the world in a way that made sense to him. In 9th grade, we all had dates to homecoming, but Alex stayed home because he said he was sick. As my mom drove to the school gym to drop me and my date off, we passed Alex's house where I saw him throwing rocks into the overhang of tree branches. He didn't look sick to me. I wonder if he was trying to hit something to make it fall or trying to help the rocks escape from the earth. In 10th grade, Alex stopped showing up for class. I hadn't seen or heard from him in weeks, but at that point, our friendship had slipped into a shadow of what it once was. Crystal said that he had run away from home. His father had told him he would rather the world end than have a fairy for a son. It was something I couldn't quite understand. In 12th grade, Alex visited our high school graduation. He wore a wig, had a purse, and wore tight-fitting clothes over curves that had never been there before. A silhouette of whispers hovered over hugs as old friends ran to meet him at the front door. In college, I came across his Facebook while procrastinating in the library. He had changed his name to Alexis, had long eyelashes, and a bikini shot that would make any man do a double take. I do not know when he completed his transformation. When I came home for Christmas break, I saw Alexis in the grocery store's canned food aisle. I recognized her by that windmill that still spun on her lips. We caught up, small chat, then addressed the lingering question that dangled in both of our hearts. She said, this is who she always felt like she was. When we were younger, accepting it felt like it would be the end of the world. But now, she has never been happy. I've always found it difficult to recognize the things that were hidden right in front of my face. But maybe it's because they were hiding from themselves.